and welcome back to another side quest of Fake Ass Podcast. I'm your host, Brother Ramon.
And I'm Brother Jay.
And we are going to be talking about Super Mario movie Galaxy, or is it the Super Mario Galaxy movie?
I think it's called the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
The Super Mario
Yeah.
Galaxy
There only
movie.
is a two
I
in it.
wish it was
There's no
just
two.
Super Mario 2 or something, but
Yeah.
yeah, we are talking
It
about
is weird that they kind of jumped, even though the games go, Super Mario 2, Super Mario World, Super Mario Galaxy, like they kind of keep going, It's weird that this one, just kind of went
And
straight to
we
Galaxy.
jumped
They didn't do
straight
World at all.
straight into Galaxy.
Yeah.
So yeah, folks, this is what we're going to be talking about today. Hopefully you all have seen the movie, or if not, don't care about spoilers or anything like that. Maybe you watch the review and then see it later.
Sure.
Whatever. But
Yeah.
we are talking about the Super Mario Galaxy movie today.
Yes, we are.
And overall, what were your thoughts, Brother Jay?
It's fine. I watched it at home,
Yes, you did.
which I thought was the best way to do it.
The right choice.
Afterwards, I realized. You even texted me afterwards and said I made the right call on that. To be fair, you were invited.
Yes, I was.
You were invited. And what did you say?
I told you, Brother Jay, I will go to the cinema.
No, say it how you said it. I said we could just watch it right now. We could watch it here. And then you said,
No, brother Jay. I henceforth am going to the cinema to see this
Oh,
motion
no.
picture,
You
and I
almost-
shan't be
you almost got called a name
denied
just
by you
You
in the
almost- you almost got
greatness
called-
of the cinema.
you almost got called a name. That's that ain't what you
A
said.
Goomba?
Yeah. Yeah, Goomba. No, he goes, but I want to go to the movies. And I went, all right, fine.
Folks, isn't that what I just said? Isn't that what I just said?
I'm quoting, but I want to go to the movies. And I said, okay.
So yeah, I did go see it at the movies, and my overall thoughts was that was one of the most mid movies I've ever seen in my life. Not bad,
Right.
not great,
Right.
just overall very, very middle of the road.
It felt like Chat GPT-ish, kind of like they kind of just went, give me a movie script, and that's what it was. Like there wasn't, like I think the first one had moments of peak. Like this one didn't even have that much fan service in it.
Nope.
Which I think the first one was full of like, oh shit,
Oh,
they look, it's a creepy cave, and they're doing the da 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 da. Oh, isn't that cool? And I can't tell if some of that just wore off or it just wasn't really there much. I feel like they kind of tried to dig into like the world of the actual like day-to-day life of Mario a little bit more, like what it's like to kind of be the Mario and Luigi brothers, just kind of going town to town, you know what I mean, solving little issues in a very shonen. It did make me think like a Mario anime would probably be good.
What about the Super Mario Super Show? Hey, we're the Mario Brothers, and plumbing's a game. Jay? Jay?
Is
No,
that
nothing?
Is that the real theme song of that?
Yes.
So wait, so isn't that in the movie?
A little bit. One of the Lumas said, "Oh, damn it! What did the Luma?" It was at the beginning of the It's guys, quote me on this. If you type it in the comments, it's plumbing time. No, it's something from the TV show. I can't think of it, but I don't know. I can't think of it, but they did. It was one of the first like cameo quotes of the movie. One of the Lumas referenced the theme song. And I just can't think of the line right now. But if you guys are in the comments, type out the line. But I just lost it. So
Okay. Well, no, I'm gonna lose it. No. Yeah, I don't know, man. I felt like it felt a little like we found out that people are gonna go see this anyway.
stop.
So.
I got it.
Okay.
Hooked on the Brothers. Whoo. There we go. The Luma said hooked on the Brothers. Folks, I did not pull out my phone or anything. I used my big noggin and thought about it.
You got very
the
excited when
Luma
you
said
remembered
hooked on the Brothers, which is a quote from the Super Mario Show theme song. All right,
Okay.
continue, Jay.
All
Whatever
right.
whatever you were talking about.
Whatever you were yapping on about. Yeah, fuck. See, now I lost it. God damn it. All right, fuck. But I don't know. I just felt like it was pretty mid. Like, it just didn't really hit. Oh, yeah, that was it. Like, I feel like they kind of just felt like they were going to make money on this regardless. So let's just put out some slop. And, like, honestly, the biggest thing about this to me is it felt a lot like how Marvel maybe used to or whatever does their shit. Like, some movies you go to the theater to see thinking it's going to be like hype, and then you realize, oh, this whole movie is just is just made to have to introduce another character. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. And I feel like this was just made to introduce Star
I think
Fox.
when it comes to pros of this movie, the art and animation as gorgeous as always. However, my only complaint with that is the theater I saw it in had great seating, but this is the second time I went to the movies this year, and the quality of the picture or the screen was fuzzy. Maybe our eyes are too adjusted to our 4K TVs and Blu-rays and this like that, but the quality of the film very like a DVD quality. I could just tell the graininess, and I don't know if that was the projector or I don't know if that was the screen, but the seats were phenomenal, but the seating or the visual could have been a little bit better. But the art and animation, all that looked beautiful. Character designs looked great. For me personally, some of the standout characters of the movie was actually Princess Peach and Yoshi. Yoshi gave the 1980s, 1990s kind of like side Smurf, kind of like that 80s cute character sidekick vibe, except he had a lot of personality. He was fun. He had a little swagger to himself. I don't know if it's because Childish Gambino, whatever, nudged him to make him a little more, you know what I mean? But Yoshi was a delight. And Princess Peach felt very competent and like a cool character, but not in the way of like Marvel or some other studios when they do girl power. She felt very like I'm with this shit. I'm doing what I got to do, and I'm focused. I'm locked in, but not in a very nudge. Get out of the way, Mario, because Princess Peach is handling business. You know what I mean? I'm paraphrasing, but you know how some studios like do with their women characters, and they do them very like eye rolly. I felt like Princess Peach wasn't eye rolly. She just kind of was like with the shit and kind of focused, but not in a very nudge. Women, we can do it type of vibe. And no disrespect or bringing down women. I just hate when studios like not belittle women, but like make women head ass. I don't know what other way to put it into words. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like what we were talking about during the One Piece side quest, which is coming soon, by the way.
Coming soon! The One
Coming
Piece side
soon.
quest.
Right after this, we're actually going to edit that some more and hopefully get that out pretty soon. Like, in that, I mentioned a little callback. I mentioned how I don't like Vivi as a character, and that's why. Because Vivi seems a little head-ass, girl-powered, but also damsel bullshit. You know, they tried to toughen her up in the live action a little bit, but still, go fuck yourself. I agree with you. I think Princess Peach was decent. Also, what I realized is, I think if you were to do like a line count, her and Bowser really had a vast majority, and Bowser Jr. obviously, had a vast majority of the actual lines themselves. And I realized Mario, Luigi, obviously Yoshi, like, they didn't really talk much, which I think it makes sense. Because, like, so right after I finished watching that, I went and now I was in the mood to play a Mario game. So I booted up the first Mario and Luigi on GBA, which I played a little bit of, but I never beat. So I started it over. And that game is good. And I realized that, like, a lot of this universe's kind of like personality traits of these characters comes from those games. Like, if you think about it, all the sports games, Mario Kart, even the mainline side scrollers, even the 3DS, like, no character really shows a personality outside of like Bowser.
Yep.
And maybe Peach. But in these games, the Paper Mario games, these games, like, they're yapping the entire time, and they have a lot of personality and shit. And especially like the way that the townfolk and shit treat Luigi in these games is horrible. Everyone who meets you is like, "Oh, Mario and Green Mario, all right," which is crazy because, you know, and yeah, they do my man Luigi dirty a lot, which I kind of wish they did more of in the movies. Like, they did a little bit of that. Like, there was that scene in the second one where like, they're going through, I forget what, some spooky area, and Luigi's like, "Come on, man, you're not scared anymore. Okay, like, you know, be a man. Like, we got this."
That little desert Odyssey world
Is that
or
what it
whatever.
was? Yeah, before they found Yoshi or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, man, I like Scared Luigi. I'm down to see I really want a Luigi Mansion movie. That'd be cool. But yeah.
I'm glad you brought up Mario and Luigi because you know what their main character trait was, or like their story was. It was pretty much, "Hey Mario, you gonna ask out Princess Peach?
Right.
You gonna make her your gal?
Right.
Oh, I don't know, but my brother, I don't know. Maybe when I see her." That was it. That was it. It was just, you know, when are you gonna clap those Princess
Right.
Peach cheeks? And that was it. It wasn't there, and that's why I think one of the biggest faults of this movie, it just felt flat and there was no heart. You would think Mario and Luigi or Yoshi or whoever would during the final climax have like a "Bowser, no matter what you do, blah 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 blah, I will not only save the Mushroom Kingdom, but I will save the galaxy." You know what I mean? There was never these like triumphant like
Yeah.
movie hero lines or stuff like that. Even when the movie ended,
It just kinda
it just
ended.
ended.
It just ended, yeah.
They didn't know what to do. It was like, oh, we need to build the castle again. Boop 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 boop, and that
Yeah.
was it. There was no real line of just like, "We're here to always protect the galaxy." And Star Fox is, "You can count me in anytime you need me." You know what I mean? It just felt like there was no heart. So shout out to again the art, the animation, the voice actors, all that. I think the people who dropped the ball the most on this movie were the writers.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know if it was Illumination or whoever, but I think the writers for this one just didn't give a shit or just wanted to push something out, or maybe they're just making ways for the third movie where they are going to have raise the stakes and do a little something more. But I think the writing was the weakest point of this movie, and that's why it overall felt so mid, even though it was supposed to be grand. Where Super Mario Galaxy, it's expansive, it's bigger, but it just felt so flat.
Yeah, like I was hoping to see like not Metroid, Samus's ship in the cargo bay, whatever, when all the ships were. Like, yeah, I don't know. I felt like, yeah, even in way of like cameo, like the Star Fox fucking anime bit,
That was fun.
that was awesome. That fucked. I want a Star Fox anime. They did do a, which ironically I saw like a day or two before seeing this movie. There was like it's kind of like single OVA they did right around the time, what was that, Star Fox, the one with the Japanese letters in the title. I think it was on Wii U.
The 3DS like remake or
no,
whatever.
No. It was like the Wii U game, like Star Fox Forces or Star Fox fucking. God damn it! What the fuck is this called?
Brother Jay is pulling out his phone and looking it up for you right now.
I think it like came with the toys and shit. Star Fox Zero.
Okay.
That game. When that came out, they did like an OVA, and it was fucking cool, you know. And it just sort of reinstated the fact, like, yeah, dude, we need a fucking Star Fox anime, or like, Star Fox is a cool universe, and shit. Even though he's a filthy fucking furry, disgusting fucking furry. I still respect him. I'm glad they didn't introduce the rest of his characters. I thought his explanation was a little bit rushed, but fine. That's another thing. This whole movie somehow felt rushed and slow at the same time.
Yeah, I went to go see it with my fiance, and she made a couple great moments or a couple great comments. The first comment she made was going into the cinema, right? This is the second time we went to the movies this year, and both times have been packed. And she said, man, ever since Netflix went to the one household thing, the movies have came back to life. And I was like,
damn,
facts.
that's a good point.
Facts. You thought movies were dying? No. I mean, if y'all haven't been to the movie theaters lately, go. They have been, at least me for personally, they've been packed. Second comment she made, midway in the movie, she turns over to me and she was like, how long is this?
Right.
And then once you have that happen, that's how you know your movie's not interesting, when you're like kind of like getting fidgety and being like, wait a minute, how long is this movie? And I told her it was like an hour 30, hour 40. The last comment she made was during the finale, and she was like, how did Illumination make a better finale than Stranger Things?
I still haven't seen that.
That's, I watched it with her, or like when she was watching it, I was kind of just on the side peeking at it. But she's a Stranger Things fan, and she even thought the Mario movie, not saying the Mario climax was that great, because it was kind of, yeah, but she said at least it was better than Stranger Things, and I was like, ooh.
These long
You know what I
form
mean?
shows now just don't know how to stick an ending, which is almost like, looking back on it, I almost respect the Sopranos finale more, because it also just kind of ended.
Mm-hmm.
But like, because like during the finale of Sopranos, there's still a bunch of shit going on. Like they're still kind of in the middle of multiple plots.
Yeah.
And then they just go to the diner to have dinner like normal, and fucking you get the idea that somebody waxed Tony, and the creator will never come out and say straight up if he died or not. But
Leave it up to you.
leave it up to you. And like they do kind of put in little seeds here and there throughout the entire show about how things fade to black and stuff like that. And so the idea that like the way I read the ending of Sopranos wasn't so much that like Tony died, but that for whatever reason, an asteroid or anything, their universe collapsed. So like the universe is dead because the show is over.
Okay.
Right? So the universe, these characters, everything is over. Like it's not just Tony that died, because the show wasn't just about Tony. Like everything is over. And when you die and when, you know, when all the stars go out, it's just black, and that's kind of what the ending was about. But anyway, I will shoehorn Sopranos into fucking any conversation.
Listen, and I'll never stop you.
Yeah, Sopranos is fire.
I guess before we wrap this up, I don't want to take too much of your time, folks, but thank you for tuning in with us today. Thoughts on, I guess, Rosalina? We didn't talk about her.
She was barely in it too. The bitch had everybody except for like, again, the characters I named probably got their lines done in like a minute. Another thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm gonna have to see some footage of Gambino in the booth to believe he actually was in that movie. Because like, sure, maybe he just does a good Yoshi voice, probably, but like, I don't see a like. Why did they need to cast him for that? Why did they need to cast anybody for that?
Branding. It's the classic Hollywood.
Sure.
Why
yeah,
does Chris Pratt Mario?
No. But Mario has lines.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's got to play Mario. Yoshi was in the first movie for a couple, for like a minute, right? And they just used the game shit, which is like, I don't see why. Why did you inflate the budget of this movie by possibly another $1 million or however much they paid him to put his ass on
Because
there?
it's just Hollywood doesn't trust voice actors, like, actual, like, the people who voice the characters. Like, for example, if they ever did a live-action Pokemon movie other than Detective Pikachu, and they did, like, the retelling of Kanto with Brock and Misty and Ash, they would have Pikachu played by Kevin Hart or whoever doing Pika Pika, because having the actual Japanese voice actress, shout out to her, doing Pikachu and Chopper. They would, even though she says just Pika Pika, they would still have somebody else. No, they wouldn't have Kevin Hart. No, they'd have like Sabrina Carpenter. They'd have Taylor Swift or somebody to do Pika to bring butts into seats. So they did that with Childish Gambino. Whatever. If it wasn't Childish Gambino, it would have been someone else. That's it.
Give his job to AI, bro. Fuck that. You know what I think would be cool? If they did a Pokemon movie that was like a Pokemon equivalent of Homeward Bound, right? And like whenever there are scenes with like where the Pokemon are with the trainers, if they're just Pika Pika, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Pika Pika, right? And like these, because in the show they like talk to each other that way.
Yeah. And
if Ash and them are like, God, I wonder what they're talking about, and then it like cuts to like the actual, like Ryan Reynolds and shit, the actual voice actor, and be like, "I play. I see the game is." So the problem is you got to start talking nice to Bulbasaur, Squirtle, because you don't know, you might get guns, but that motherfucker will fuck you up. Type advantage, baby. You know what I mean? Like it'd be funny to like have it cut back and forth, between like the Pokemon talking to each other with an actual voice actor, and then the trainers. You know what I mean? Like or even like honestly, like I think Detective Pikachu was decent as a comedy. Like do more of that, like a Pokemon movie as a comedy. I think would be good. Like the like they're in the middle of a battle. Pikachu, Thunderbolt, and it cuts to Pikachu, and he's like, shocker. All right, get it? But I'm tiss. All right. Anyway, all right, on that one, on that dad joke, I guess I gotta
ended on a dad joke.
Yeah,
all right,
get the fuck outta
everyone,
here.
this was the Super Mario Galaxy movie side quest.
Yep.
Thank you for tuning in. As always, I'm your host, Brother Ramon.
And I'm Brother Jay.
And thank you for tuning in. And stay tuned for season 2 and the One Piece side quest.
Both of which are coming soon, you fucks.
Is that
That was a bit aggressive. You're right.
that was a
That was a bit
bit
aggressive. I'm
that was
sorry.
a bit aggressive.
That was a bit aggressive. I didn't mean that. I love each and every one of you. When that Patreon drops, I expect love back. Love ain't free, motherfuckers. All right. Can we go edit this One Piece thing now?
Yeah, let's go at it.
All right. Bye.
Later.